Our next speaker is going to take us on a beautiful journey through one of these universal experiences.
So let's please welcome Jana Abou Naga.
Music is the universal language of mankind. I walked on the stage not knowing what language any of you speak, so I spoke the universal language of mankind. Where words fall, music speaks. I joined TEDx wanting to share a multitude of ideas with you all and having 18 minutes of speaking time to do so. but I could do so in under 3 minutes, using no words. Music is the shorthand of emotion. The composer of this piece is a man, someone like you, someone like me, who compiled these notes to tell a story consisting of emotions that wouldn't have otherwise been brought to life. Music washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. So all joined us here today carrying the exhaustion of your days and the burdens of your lives, but just listening to 3 minutes of calm, serene music acts almost like a river to wash away those negative emotions that are piled up in you, almost like dust bunnies. It resets you, even for a moment in time. There is no doubt that music plays one of the most vital roles in human life. The music industry is one of the biggest that we've ever seen, and music is the center of many cultural traditions in our world. The creation of music, whether it's the creation of the pieces themselves or the instrument, are often seen as parts of a cultural tradition, and many of our cultural celebrations are centered around music. Because music, it brings us all together. Think about all of the events that you've attended, the weddings, the parties, the festivals, the concerts, all of those, in all of those, music is the center and it brings us all together. There's so much variation created when it comes to music too. You've established genres that range from soft classical to heavy metal. Each one caters to a specific audience. Each one has its own time, purpose, history. Music, it portrays history. It's cherished, it's documented, and it's used in our everyday lives. But music, it has its own benefits to human life if you didn't already know. For some, it's used as a way to stimulate the mind and lessen the effect of mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. For others, it's used as a way to help with mood, focus, creativity, intelligence. You may have used it while studying or working for any of these benefits. Music, it has so many benefits, and it even can be used to help with physical health, such as lessening your blood pressure and lowering your heart rate, and also helping with your heart health. Psychologically though, music has a much bigger effect on all of us. We had a much deeper connection to it than just surface level stuff. Because music, it has a way of speaking without uttering a single letter. It has a way of describing and elaborating on things even when every word in the dictionary has been exhausted to no avail. It speaks to us. It makes us feel heard when we listen to it because it is able to bring out emotions in us and give them a label, give them a meaning, make them tangible and real. We're able to truly understand our emotions from the inside out and feel them. Even the emotions that we thought could never be given a name, that would remain buried deep inside, never spoken about before. It helps us feel them, feel the negative and feel the positive. And through that, we're able to understand the negative and understand the positive and regulate, expel, and reset those emotions with it. You don't have to be an avid listener to music for it to be beneficial to you. You don't have to like a specific genre or even listen to it on the daily. Because whether you know it or not, music is everywhere all around you. If you don't believe me yet, let me tell you. Music, it's not just something man-made that we created. It has a root. It has an inspiration that we took it from. And that root, that inspiration, is nature. According to the Mayo Clinic, being in tune with nature has its effects on human life. It helps to lessen the effect of mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, ADHD, PTSD, and irritability. And it even helps with cognitive abilities such as attention, creativity, mood, all of that. Recognize anything? Those are the exact same benefits that music has on us because they're interchangeable. We can use both of them and they both have the same benefits. When you think about it, the energy created in nature is very similar to that created in music. You have the bees buzzing, the birds singing, the crickets chirping, the ocean waves crashing, and the wind flowing. You even have the visual sights such as the flowers in bloom and the butterflies in flight. All of that is considered the music of nature. Similarly to music, nature even has a rhythm, a flow, a pattern. Think about the rise of the sun and the fall of the moon. Think about the changing of the seasons. It even has a rhythm, it has a tempo, it has a beat. Think about your footsteps, think about your own heartbeats. They're so similar, in fact, that one of Vivaldi's most famous compositions, if you recognize it or not, is The Four Seasons, and that is focused on capturing the essence of music in nature. It can even be compared to an orchestra. There are so many sounds that you would think would be clashing. They're so different, but they all come together somehow to create not just a harmony, but an experience. Nature is the orchestra of life. They're both music, and they're both interchangeable in how we can use them. That leads me to my corner point. The way music is supposed to be used isn't how we are using it nowadays. Nowadays, we put our headphones in and we just listen to it isolated in our rooms alone. That is not how we should be using music. In fact, that even leads to a lot of the mental health disorders that we have nowadays. It leads to social anxiety. It leads to us being unable to interact with each other. It leads to us being isolated from each other. This is not how music should be used, because music, it has a purpose. And that purpose is to be listened to mindfully. That purpose is to connect us on. Music is the linking bridge between vast communities of mankind. Whether you're from this country or this country, whatever language you speak, no matter how you differ physically, culturally, socially, music will always remain the one language that we all understand. And if we understand music's purpose and we are able to benefit from it in our lives, humanity, no matter how long it lives, will always share something in common when it comes to music. Thank you.